Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Evangelline DuBois. I am author of How to Be a Dom, The Practical Guide to Becoming a Professional Dominatrix. This book was released in 2011. Now I'm just telling it all on my channel here, so thank you so much for being here. This video is about 10 reasons why submissives want that experience. I thought long and hard about this, and I came up with a lot of insight that I think you'll enjoy. I would also like to hear from you in the comments about whether any of these things actually make sense to you, resonate with you, or echo your actual experience. So here we go. Now, the first reason is on more superficial level. Seeing a dominatrix is a naughty little escape, and I like to call it the spa for men. Most of my clients are men, so I kind of cater to that. And men aren't allowed really to go to the spas. They aren't really allowed socially to get their nails done or do anything. The spa I offer is a little different. Obviously, we can do those things. We can feminize you and paint your nails and make you pretty, but it's also about getting treatments. It's about getting whipped and spanked and having things done to you, and you are subjected to certain things. And so that is kind of a sensual escape. It's an experience where you are going to sort of lose yourself into more of a sensual role play where you won't really have choice. So it's very interesting dynamic. Another reason is this seeing a Dom, or it doesn't have to be a professional, but seeing a Dom and being a submissive is an experience of liberation. It's an experience where you can put your personality, your life, your roles, the things that people know you as, the things that you know about yourself, put them on a shelf, put them out the window, because now you're born again. You are naked on the floor and helpless and vulnerable. And it's a very refreshing and liberating experience if you are open to that. It's, in effect, it's a liberation from the self, which I think all of us could enjoy once in a while. The third reason is a physical comfort. Bondage, specifically being tied so that you're immobilized in some way, it sounds to some very scary and disturbing, while it sounds to others and feels to others comforting. Have you ever heard of swaddling? What they do to babies when they're young. So a baby can't take care of itself, obviously. So they wrap it in lots of cultures so the baby feels secure. It's very, very similar to bondage, believe it or not. It's a secure feeling in which a matriarchal figure has control over you, and therefore you don't have to think. Obviously, you're going to be terrified to some degree, but you're also going to feel very secure and comfortable and taken care of in a way. And that tension and not being able to move, it creates a sort of I don't know, an oxytocin or serotonin release that can make you feel very comfortable and warm. Clients also see me for emotional needs. They see me because they want to let go of the emotions that are sort of taking over their life, or, thought patterns, behavior patterns. They need a release from that. They need somebody who can carry their emotional needs for them and put them in the corner and make them behave like now in the present. It's a way for me to take you out of yourself and give you a different sort of experience that's going to produce, it's going to satisfy an emotional need that you might have to feel underneath the surface wanted, valued, stolen away from your life, taken away from your life, and needed. And those are kind of the underlying factors when it comes to bondage, especially between couples or in a non-professional capacity. Those things are underneath the surface for some of us. Now, another reason why a submissive might want to see a Dom is because they had an early experience in childhood, or even in their teenage years, or even in their adult years, where something was activated in them. They were woken up in a certain way, woken up to an experience, a feeling, a dynamic, something that they want to revisit. So they see a dom and they ask them, can we try this or this? And really it relates to something that they may or may not remember, perhaps from the early childhood. So that's always a really rewarding and exciting experience to try to revisit those sort of feelings or memories or even ideas that you might have developed at a younger time in your life. Now, a sign of a true submissive is somebody who understands that the goddess needs to be worshipped. Women in our culture are not equal to men. We do not have equality. And I believe that balance is very healthy in a society. Okay. So that's a lot of the reason why my clients, most of them are men, is our society inherently needs balance. Women should be in charge more. We should be getting paid as much as men do. And submissive men, most of you understand this, and you understand that women are, okay, yeah, we're superior to men. Why are we superior to men? Well, if you look at South America and you see some of the countries in South America have a higher percentage often than men. They have more women than men in Senate, Parliament, or wherever, making the laws and running the country. That is the sign of a more balanced society. I think I'm getting away from what I was going to talk about here. Yes, goddess worship. So if you want a woman like me to exist, you have a part in that. You have a role to play, which is to patronize me, be my client, pay me, and worship me, and understand the dynamic in society where women deserve better. We deserve to be cared for and loved and not abused like the statistics show, especially since the pandemic. There's been a rise in man on woman abuse and all kinds of abuse. So it is a leveling mechanism where women are worshipped because we are valued and important and understood and cared for. Another reason, which is not as apparent, is guilt. So some clients see me because there's something that maybe they've never even understood or they've never vocalized to anyone that they feel guilty about, and they want to give to a woman. They want to give themselves over to a woman and say, do something to me, take it out on me, put me in my place, teach me, tell me how to behave. You are the one that you're the one who knows the truth, even if I don't know. They treat me like somebody who's going to help them to rectify guilt. Okay. Now, I don't need to know what it's about. All I need to do is understand that these people, I do inherently understand that people need to be punished. I don't even really care why, and I don't need to know why. It's my job, it's what I do. So if a client per se has done something in the past to a woman and they feel guilty, they can come to me and get the crap beaten out of them. I will beat them in the ass. I will beat their back with a whip, and they can feel a little bit more unburdened, even if they've never done anything to anyone. People can carry guilt, and this is one way that subs can experience a sort of a release or a shift in their relationship to that, even subconsciously. Now, when you are being, I call it abused, it's not abuse really, but when you're being hit and spanked and flogged and all these things, it goes without saying that a lot of happy chemicals are released in your body and exciting chemicals, and this can produce stress relief. It can also happen in the form of, oh, I just want to serve mistress. I want to clean her house. I want to do her dishes. I want to serve her a meal. This is a form of escape that provides a stress relief. It provides a sort of a context where you can forget about what's going on in your life, put the stress aside. You don't even have time to think about it because things happen fast in appointments with me, and you're not going to have time to think about what you're supposed to be doing after the appointment. You're here, you're in the moment, and you're not thinking about anything. And when you leave, you're going to feel relieved and inspired. So it's definitely creates a situation for stress relief. A lot of subs like to be pushed to limits. They like to they like to challenge themselves, and especially with corporal punishment and bondage, they like to be pushed to a point where they have kind of a cathartic release where they've been, you know, it's similar to sports. Okay, it's similar to extreme sports. It's similar to an adrenaline sort of junkie feeling. I would advise not to push yourself too hard if you are into BDSM, but just slowly work up to it. Um, yeah, so basically it's a physical challenge. It's a challenge within a person to sort of like, can I do this? Can I do better than I did last time? Can I trust this dynamic? Can I trust Mistress to push me into a direction in which I'm going to leave here feeling a release, a catharsis, and a liberation for the physical aspects of what I'm pushing myself to do. Even something like a golden shower. This is something that most people will never experience in their lives, but you can go in, have that done, see how you like it, and now you've done it. You've achieved something that was maybe scary or difficult to do. Number 10, the reason why clients come to see me, some of them are trying to face a fear. For example, there are many men out there who want to experience what it's like to wear makeup, high heels, a wig, have tits, that sort of thing. And they're scared to do that because obviously we live in a stupid ass society that condemns people wearing different types of clothing as if it fucking matters. So that could be one way someone is facing a fear. Another is just the fear of being vulnerable and under somebody else's control. Another is, like I was saying earlier, challenging yourself to get through sort of physical exertion, confinement, bondage, things that you're not used to doing that intrigue you. I had a client who I used to tie him to a chair, and he liked the feeling of sort of struggling in the chair and he would become actually quite scared, even though he knew that he was here in my basement. He became quite afraid, and so he would get rewarded by facing his fear and feeling like he overcame something and had a lot of fun doing it at the same time. So thank you for watching this video. I had a lot of fun thinking about all of these different reasons why subs see me, and I will see you next time.